Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and score and slip these animal heads onto this body, and I'm going to show you a couple of options on what you can do. Mine, again, are rough drafts. This is what I showed you before, so you're going to have to take that into consideration that I would actually be making these look a lot nicer before I was scoring and slipping them on. Right, and then I would say you don't want to score and slip them on until you have all of the detail on here that you want. Because once you put it onto the pot, you're going to have to pick up and move everything, and it's very possible that you could knock this off and then have to do it all over again. And we don't want to have that happen. So remember that this needs to be hollow, so you can see like this one's not, and some of them are harder to decide like where you need to hollow them out, but like this one, you would want to hollow out back here because this is where the solid kind of section of clay is. So you would want to make sure that you carve this out and get rid of some of the weight, and then it's also going to help it dry faster and make sure that it doesn't have air bubbles. Okay, so just like that. So we can think about this as, where do you want this animal head to go? Do you want it to be where it's even with the front of this, or do you want it to be where it hangs over this direction? Okay, so it's really one way or the other, but the thing about this is we can't completely cover up this hole. Okay, this hole still has to be open somewhere. Even if you had, like someone said, well, I accidentally poked through for the nostrils, that's perfectly fine, because that would at least release the air that's trapped in there. Where right here we're wanting to release this. If it released out the front, that would be the same thing. For me, I like this to sit down and be level with the front of it. And so that means that I need to cut through the center, and then I need to cut the front part of this off. Okay, so I'm going to look at the same thing over here and connect these. And so you have like a notch, and this is going to make it a lot easier for it to stay on top of the pinch pot, because it has not only this section to score and slip, but the back section too. Okay, so it's going to score and slip just like this. So you can see how that would attach. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and score and slip this one. You would score and slip everything that touches. You would keep this open. So I would be scoring and slipping the top of this and then the inside of this. And then again, we would need a reinforcing coil. Okay, you do have to press this on really well. And then we would reinforce around the sides of this to make sure that that's going to stay. And we'll use part of this. And without those legs, it's going to fall over. And if you keep this really heavy, you can see it will just nosedive. If it does that, I can give you a grade, but I can't put it in the kiln. So I'm going to go ahead and score and slip just around this edge, okay, over the front. And then all of this will get blended before you're done. Okay, so that coil will go there, and you'll just kind of press it so it's flat and it's easy to blend. Same thing around here. And then you would blend that so it disappears. Okay, so that's not too difficult. You think about the notch that you would need, it would just be up and over. Okay, and so this is one way. And I like that just because it's level here, but that's because of how this animal head looks. If I was doing something different, like an elephant, I had to cut a notch off the front for this one. For this one, I'm going to need to cut a notch off the back. I need all eyes up here, guys. Okay, so I'm going to have to do the same thing where I'm going up and over, but I'm going to have to do that to the back of this. And this is a little bit funnier because of, I guess, how it's shaped. But I'm going to go ahead and do a flat piece back here and notch these down. Okay, so that's what I did on this one. I did up and then over, but this one I'm going up and then back. So let me cut this one off. And so this will give it a place to score and slip on this part and this back part. Okay, so I would score and slip here. I'm still going to keep this open. I'm going to score and slip here. And instead of scoring and slipping on the inside, I'm scoring and slipping on the outside of it. Right, because you can see that this head has to fit this direction. So you really have to hold it up there and think, okay, where does it need to go? If you are unsure, then you can ask and, you know, we can talk about, do you need the notch to go forward or do you need it to go backwards? And then everybody's still going to need, no matter if you have a notch that's on the front or the back, you're still going to need a reinforcing coil. Okay, and this is going to be a little hard since I don't have legs on it, but same thing, score and slip. I've got two little sections. That I'm going to score and slip over here on the sides of these bowls. So like right here, and then over here. Okay, so, and you can put a reinforcing coil wherever you feel like needs to be stronger. Okay, that's what a reinforcing coil does, is it's just going to increase the strength of something. Okay, make sure you score and slip it on, and it should be fine. But this one is cut different because it's more on the front. This one is cut differently because it was scored and slipped on the back. All right, so this is the last stage once you get that animal head made and all the details on it. We're just putting that on. Okay, so we have today and tomorrow. So if you don't have that animal head done, it would be a good thing to make today to get that done. And then we would be able to score and slip them on tomorrow.